is Eugenia. So I know right now it's getting to the very end of 2019. So I thought today I would just kind of do a video where I just kind of talk about this year and I guess kind of just like reflect back and also just kind of talk about some hopes that I have for next year. It's actually so crazy that the next year is not only the next year, but it's also the beginning of a new decade, which is so crazy. I keep forgetting about that, but wow, that's insane. I have never really done a video like this before, guys, so if like I don't do a good job or I'm like really awkward throughout it or like whatever, then I'm really sorry, but I thought this might be a good video to do where I feel like so much has happened this year, and in a lot of ways this year is definitely pretty hard for me, but I feel like at the same time I have so many things to be grateful for and a lot of really good things that also happened this year. But just I guess where I kind of am, like reflecting back on my year and all of that, like I guess the hard stuff was also a pretty big part of my year. So yeah, I guess that's just kind of why I'm talking about that. But yeah, I've been back in Connecticut at the moment for the holidays and stuff, just kind of like spending time with family and all that, which has been nice. Obviously, I guess a pretty big thing that happened this year was I took a pretty long break out from the internet. I think I was gone about 5 or 6 months, just kind of like working on myself and issues and all of that stuff. I think it's definitely a good thing that I did, and that I did make the choice to do what's best for myself and all that. But sorry, I'm probably doing a very bad job even talking about things, guys. It can still be kind of hard to talk about certain things sometimes, but I hope you guys understand. Before I took a pretty big break from the internet, I actually did just kind of like tell you guys on Twitter and post about that so you guys knew. That in itself was kind of scary because I didn't even know what people were gonna say to that and everything. And even though I was going through a lot, like at the time when I did post that, it meant so much to me. Like I can't even tell you guys, to just see so much love and so much support. And I always want you guys to know how thankful I am for that, and to every person that sent me any kind of message. It meant so much to me, and seeing that I feel like is just like really encouraging. And especially I feel like when you are kind of going through something hard, just like at least seeing that so many of you guys were so kind to me really at least made things a little bit easier. And it was crazy because even like when I did take a break, I didn't know exactly how long I was going to be gone for, and I don't know, it was I guess like a time where I definitely felt kind of overwhelmed and had a lot going on, and obviously like things were really hard at that point, which I've talked about in some other videos too. But because you see, honestly, even like before that, which I know a lot of people probably were just like concerned about me and meant well and everything, but for such a long time I would just kind of feel like I would see so much hate on my YouTube and just like pretty much all my comments on my social media. I think that can be so hard sometimes, at least like for me anyway, when people I guess don't always know like what you're going through and can judge pretty harshly. And that's to say that's anyone's fault for not always understanding, because I totally get that. I think sometimes if people haven't been through exactly what another person has been through, and obviously they're not that person, that sometimes I'm sure it can be kind of hard to like understand. But I guess sometimes too I kind of wish that people would understand like that sometimes even when you are going through a lot, at least like I have experienced, that it can still be kind of hard to I guess open up about things, or to I guess come to terms with things, or to like say how you're feeling to other people, kind of. I don't know, I hope that makes sense. But seeing a lot of people just being so kind when I did announce that I was taking a break really meant so much to me, and I really just always want you guys to know how thankful I'll always be for that. Even like during all of that though, I think when you kind of are going into a program and are dealing with issues and stuff, that can also be like really difficult. And for me, in a lot of ways, like that part of my life, like it was definitely really hard for me. And I don't know, there was a lot of days that I definitely was not exactly feeling the best, and I guess it was a pretty dark time in a lot of ways, and a lot of days where it just seemed like things just would not get better. And I think it is good that, like I said, that I did take a break from the internet and kind of like go and work on myself and just kind of take time for myself to do that. I definitely think if any of you guys ever are struggling with anything or any kind of mental health problems or anything like that, that just like always know, even though it's hard, that there always is help out there for you and that you always are loved and cared about. And I'll talk more about that later too. And that was something I kind of would even like think about a lot, like while I was gone. And there were some days where I just felt like I can't even imagine like ever coming back. Like I always knew like I definitely wanted to, but I guess just kind of like the thought of it at the time, I was like, there's no way I could be online right now. Just with, I guess, like the mind state I was in and everything. I kind of was like afraid that maybe even like the few people that did like me, maybe even they wouldn't like me anymore. Like maybe just like everyone would hate me. Like, I don't know. I was like very, very scared of coming back. Like I didn't know really what the comments would be like or what people would be saying or any of that. I'm really sorry if any of this is repetitive, but definitely a lot of this was like a really big part of my year. And I guess for this is just kind of like a New Year's video. That's why I'm talking so much about it. So I hope that's okay with you guys. And another thing that happened was also like, there was actually a picture of me that kind of like, I guess you could say like leaked out. It was actually posted by a friend of mine who's a hairdresser, and he's a super, super awesome person. Like he's super nice and he always does a great job with hair. But I actually didn't know at the time that he was posting the photo, which is totally okay because, you know, like I said, like he's a great person. I didn't tell him not to post it or anything like that. Honestly, like I didn't even really tell him I was on a break from the internet or anything. I don't know. I guess like it was just sometimes kind of awkward bringing it up to people. I don't know, talking about things. So, but when it got posted, it kind of got spread online a bit. And I didn't really know how to feel about that. Like, I really appreciate that from looking at some of the comments, they were really, really nice, which is really good to see that. But at the same time, it was kind of scary, like just like, I guess, seeing so many comments about me and how I was looking and stuff. And most of them were really nice. So again, I definitely don't want anyone to take that the wrong way, because I'll feel super bad if I were to ever make anyone feel bad, because that's never my intention. So please don't take that the wrong way. But just, I guess, where I was kind of like on a big break and it was kind of like unexpected, then that kind of freaked me out too a little. And then I was just kind of still, I guess, feeling kind of unsure of when I'd be ready to come back and all of that. And some other stuff that happened this year too, which I'm not gonna get like too details about this or anything like that. I feel kind of weird even bringing it up, but it definitely was something that really kind of did affect me this year. So before I actually did go into a program and all of that to kind of work on my health and mental health and all of that stuff, I did have some pretty bad kind of like, well, it's kind of one experience, but which I'm not gonna really get into, but it was just like something like that happened before I did go into a program exactly that was pretty traumatizing. Again, like I know I'm being very unspecific, but I just saw a lot of really scary things. Like I almost kind of felt in danger. That's okay, you know, that's over though. And like I'm a little bit worried that some people might kind of know what I'm talking about and be mad at me for even saying anything about that. Like at all, I know I'm being like very vague right now, but I still just am kind of afraid that somebody might be like, oh my gosh, you shouldn't even have said that, or like whatever. And I just really want to be clear that like I don't wish any bad on anyone that kind of like put me in that situation or anything like that. Like I wish everybody the best, and even if I may not really talk to certain people anymore, like I don't have any bad intentions or like bad wishes for anyone at all. So yeah, I wish everyone the best. I'm just mentioning that very vague and briefly, just kind of because it was definitely a very crazy big thing that happened to me this year. So throughout all the pain and dark times this year, what I really want to focus most on are the good things and the things that I'm so grateful for that happened this year. I definitely want to focus on like the positive things and the good things that have happened. And I really do feel like I have so much this year to be grateful for, and I'm definitely just like really grateful just like to be here and stuff. All of the good people in my life, and also like kind of fast forwarding, because this was, I guess, also a pretty big thing for me to happen this year, is when I came back to the internet. And I've talked about this in other videos too, but it's something that's so true. And I will just like always be so thankful for when I came back, like Shane helping me kind of come back. And he's just honestly one of like seriously like the kindest people. He's like literally the nicest person I've ever met, and just such a genuine, amazing human being. And I just feel like the world like needs more people like him that are just such amazing, wonderful people. Then also to you guys, like honestly, when I did come back, I was very scared of like how that might go. So seeing like so many of you guys just being so kind and so supportive to me means so much to me, and I just want you guys really to always know that I'm so grateful for every single one of you that supports me, and every single one of you guys that ever has supported me, especially this year when things have been so hard, in like any way, like whether you left like even like one comment or watched any video or just like anything, like I don't know, like I just like really appreciate you. And I also just really appreciate all the people that have stuck by me like throughout the years. I feel like things were pretty crazy online for me for a while, so I really appreciate everyone that just has like stuck by me. And even if like you're like haven't, or like you're new to me or anything, then I just want you to know I really appreciate you. And I've even seen like some comments of people that maybe haven't left me the nicest comment in the past, but now have like decided to give me a chance, and some people that even have like apologized to me. And I just also want you guys to know I'm so thankful for you, and I really appreciate that, you know, you guys I guess can kind of tried to look at things a different way and not really judge me right away without knowing me. To all the good people in my life, and yeah, all of you guys again that are so amazing, I just want you to know that I'm so thankful for you and you mean so much to me. Another thing that honestly coming back I am so grateful for is getting to see messages from you guys that have maybe gone through similar things, or I feel like even if maybe you haven't gone through like exactly like what I've gone through, that like everyone I guess kind of deals with their own struggles and goes through things that are hard for them. And I feel like even though some people's situations can be really different, like there still can be certain feelings and things that you can like relate to, if that makes sense. I don't know. So I don't know, like honestly, like getting to see messages from some of you guys that me coming back and anything I've done can in any way help you, it makes me so happy. And it kind of makes like all the hard stuff that I've been through worth it, because that's always something that's really important to me, is just getting to make other people happy. And hearing that I can help anyone else in any way, like that means so much to me. That's, like I said, something just really important to me, and I just always really do want to make other people happy, and I always really do just care about you guys a lot. So it just means so much to hear that and to be able to make any positive difference at all. So, and I also think in a way, like it might sound kind of weird, but I also think in like a way I'm kind of grateful for like the bad things too, because I really kind of feel like without the bad things in our life, we wouldn't really like be able to appreciate the good things as much. And if everything was just like super easy and everything was good all the time, then there wouldn't really be anything to like grow from and anything to like overcome, kind of. Even like with like the bad stuff, in a way it's kind of good that we do experience that stuff, because like, you know, then we can like appreciate the good things, and there wouldn't be any bad without good, like there wouldn't be any light without darkness, you know? So yeah, I just really want to make a point to all of you guys, like if you guys are going through anything hard right now, just like always know that things always can get better. Know that no matter how dark things might seem, and even sometimes when it might seem like you can't get through it and like things won't get better, just always know that you always can get through those hard times, and always know that you are loved and cared about. There's always someone out there that loves you and cares about you a lot, and like, you know, wants the best for you and stuff. I just always want you guys really to know that, and just know to never give up, no matter how hard or bad things might seem. Even if today wasn't good, there will always be better days ahead and more things to look forward to and good things in the future. So just know that you always do have a reason to be here and a purpose, and that you have so much more to live for than you might even realize sometimes. And also I want to talk about a couple more good things that happened this year. Kingdom Hearts 3 came out this year, which was so exciting. Oh my gosh, that was so exciting to me. Oh my gosh, I can't even like tell you guys. And I feel like just for all the Kingdom Hearts fans, I feel like we've been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 forever. And I also went to the Kingdom Hearts orchestra concert, which was honestly one of the best days of my life, and it was so good. Like the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack is honestly just so beautiful, and it was just such like a magical night. Like it was so good. Just had to point that out. And going into 2020, which, oh my gosh, it's so crazy, guys. It's a whole new decade. Wow, that's unbelievable. But I do kind of also want to talk about just kind of like my hopes for next year, and I guess just kind of some goals that I have, kind of. I am literally like the worst person, guys, at like goals or resolutions, because I literally like never make resolutions for New Year's. Do you guys make resolutions? Because I never really do, but if you do, let me know in the comments like what your resolution is. Maybe I'll be inspired by you guys and end up making like a last minute resolution. I also kind of feel like if there is something that you want to change in your life, I always feel like you can at any time. You can always kind of like choose to do that for yourself and to try to make a change for yourself. So I feel like you can do that any day. I don't feel like that really has to be on New Year's, but I do get that at the same time it's exciting that it's kind of like a fresh start for some people. If it motivates people to do positive things and make positive changes, then I think that's great. I guess it kinds of some goals, sort of, that I have for next year. I'm really bad at this, like I said. I definitely want to like continue making videos. I also want to do more Twitch streams and stuff. That's another thing I do. If you guys have a Twitch account, you can follow me. I have all my social media in the description if anyone cares. And also like this is kind of something I'm just always wanting to be doing, but I really like hopefully in next year want to just be able to have like a positive impact and just try to be the best person I can and make other people happy, because that's just kind of something in general too that I'm always wanting to do, is like make other people happy and, you know, just caring about other people. So I always just feel like we should try to like use our words and actions to like uplift people and not to bring them down. So I hopefully want to be able to like use my platform in positive ways and to help other people and just to like spread love to people in any way that I can. When you just kind of are like really mean and hateful to other people, it doesn't really do good for them or for you or for the world in general, really. And what else do I want to do? Oh my gosh, I want to play Remind, of course. If you don't know what Remind is, it's the Kingdom Hearts DLC that's coming out on January 23rd, and I watched the trailer like over and over. I'm also really excited for Final Fantasy VII, so I definitely want to play good games. Wow guys, these are some high goals here. High resolutions. I'd like to go to Japan. I don't know if that will happen next year, but I would really love to go there. So anyways guys, I guess that was just kind of me reflecting back on the year and just kind of saying some things I hope for next year. And I really wish all of you guys a super happy good new year. I really hope that 2020 is a really amazing year for everybody, and also just like the next decade coming up I hope is a super wonderful decade for all you guys and for everyone. I feel like it was a really crazy year in a lot of ways and a really difficult year in a lot of ways, but again, I also feel like a lot of really positive things happened and that I have so much to be grateful for. I really think that it's important to try to focus on like the positive things and the things that we do have to be grateful for, which I feel like I'm really lucky for a lot of things that have happened to me this year. Well, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys, wow, I guess like in this next year, in this next decade. Wow, that's crazy. All right, I love you guys. Bye.